Hi, everybody. All right, you joined me this week, and yeah, look, 2 videos in 2 weeks. So after putting the new fuel filter in the wing root and doing some testing, I may have fudged up and let some magic smoke go. No real permanent damage, but yeah. So the part that I need is going to take about a week, unfortunately. So I thought, you know what, while she's down, we're going to take this left tank off and we're going to fix this fuel vent leak, which is just frustrating. So that means take the wingtip off so we can then evacuate the aileron push rod out because it gets in the way of trying to take the 21 bolts out of the back that are attached to the tank via the Z brackets, and those AN3 bolts come out, and then you've got like 100 number 8 screws to get out, and then you got to wrestle it out while you have to loosen up both of the fuel lines, and those things are tight, so you have to sort of remove the tank and jostle the lines out without damaging anything. And of course, the new fuel filter system's in place, so that's lovely. But I was able just to slide that off. Now, you got to take the tank off, then you got to clean it, then you've got to make sure it's, you got to drain it, of course, obviously, before you take it off. Then clean it out, make sure it's, fume and gas free, and then we can start working on it. What we're going to do is we're going to cut a 5-inch hole in the back of the tank, in the back baffle, in the inboard bay, because if you think about it, right, it's just a skin with a bunch of ribs in it, and think about each one of the areas between the ribs as a bay, right? So there's like 4 or 5 bays. Anyway, the most interior bay, that is the one that we're going to go in to make the access panel in. That gives us access to the fuel sender, the fuel vent, the pickup line, the return vent. We get it all. So. And it is frustrating because I did all this work 5 years ago, leaked, tested, all that, thought I had everything good, sealed the whole thing up, everything was fine. Then you just get this annoying drip. So it's like, okay, if I have more than 20 gallons in the tanks, I wind up with a fuel drip. Well, that's not good because that also means if I bank to the right, I could also, raise the level of the tanks, and then it'll drip there too. So, what am I supposed to do? Anywho, it's a giant pain. All right, so I had some Q&A about a few things. One, when are you going to do paint? Again, no paint. We're going to do vinyl. One day we'll get to the vinyl. Number 2, are you going to Oshkosh? Yes, we do plan on flying to Oshkosh, me and my friend Liz, in my plane. Just have to get through the 40 hours. Okay, so now that the tank is off, this is a couple of days later, we've had it open, venting it out. So what we have done is that is the top bay that you can see, and I have a 5-inch hole saw that has a center punch to it. So once we are happy with the location, we are going to drill the center hole in the crosshairs right there, you can see, and then we're going to hook up this 5-inch hole saw, and we are going to slowly, and I mean slowly, drill the hole. It makes I've got a really expensive bimetal 5-inch hole saw blade, and that sucker makes a lot of dust because I'm not pushing down very hard, right? I'm just going as slow as I can, just cutting the hole slowly because I have to cut it to where it's mostly cut all the way through, but you don't want it to just like clang through and hurt. And there you can see and there it is. And there you can see I've got a 9/16" wrench. And at that point, the repair is done. And that was it. 4 hours of work just for that. All right, so what we're going to do in the next video, as you can see here, I'm working on the plates. The next video, we're going to install the backing plate and put the whole thing back together. So, thank you for joining me, everyone, and see you soon.